All right, everyone, the upward trajectory continues. RCP aggregate link in the description, of course. I don't bother to archive that because, it's the raw data there. You'd have to keep refreshing it each time you wanted to see the chart then. You'd see the new results. Trump is now at 43.6 approval, and that's somewhat higher than I expected him to be this quickly. He's rebounded. He's recovered about a third of all of the lost support that he lost during peak coronavirus paranoia there, when all the radical Karens were going crazy about the economy and disease, not realizing, of course, you can only tackle one or the other feasibly at this point. Trump lost quite a bit of support. He was riding up around 48 and then collapsed down almost to 40. I predicted that he would stabilize around that floor and that he would be buoyed up. But how quickly he would regain lost support was anyone's guess. I think that there's a combination of things happening right now that are all playing in Trump's favor. Number one is that it appears that a significant portion of the American public is cognizant of the fact that the economic downturn we're facing is predominantly the result of coronavirus response by blue state governors. That's the predominant damage to the economy at the moment. Everywhere else, things are beginning to open back up. Things are beginning to heal. It's a slow process, but it's happening. I think that many American voters trust Trump more to deal with the economy despite the downturn. I'm one of them. Trump is a money man, Biden's not. Biden is predominantly a tough-on-crime wedge issuist, a dynastic neoliberal from the 70s. He's not the sort of person that you want to put before hostile China. That wouldn't be a good idea for diplomatic purposes. And he's not the sort of person you want handling trade negotiations either. I think that business confidence would plummet and the economy would enter the toilet if Biden were elected. Another thing is that, by and large, I think people are beginning to become more resistant to the paranoia and fear of the epidemic. You see that increasingly. There are thousands of Germans right now protesting and refusing lockdown restrictions and refusing to wear masks and social distance. They're doing it for a reason. It's middle of summer. You're telling me to wear this fucking mask. People eventually get tired of that. I think the public is beginning to get tired of what's been happening, and the third would be the riots. The response of the U.S. public towards the far leftists running places like Portland, Seattle, Minneapolis, allowing their communities to burn, billions in damage, dozens of lives lost, to allow gun violence and all of these things to increase. I think Chicago has had a spike of, 120, 130% more killings over the last couple of months. Their crime rate has skyrocketed. The crime rate in the Dem-led cities and states is beginning to soar. Trump has pointed this out multiple times, and I think the U.S. public is deeply concerned that if Biden is elected, everyone's going to have to wear a mask forever, their taxes will rise, and crime will skyrocket. They're not wrong. Two of those things are certain. It's not certain the crime rate will skyrocket. Of course, he is technically a tough-on-crimer, but if you've got the far left influencing his camp, influencing his administration, it's going to be rather difficult for them to justify cracking down and cracking some skulls. Trump's approval, therefore, I said needed to be at 44 when he enters the first debate to have a reasonably good shot. That would be my estimation for an 85% chance of him being reelected. It looks like he'll be higher than that. Maybe that puts it up to 90 again, which is where it was for quite some time. I have no reason to believe that he's going to stall out. I think it'll even out at around 44, maybe 45 if he's lucky. That's not bad approval. That's around where Obama was at the same stage in his presidency. Now, supposedly Obama was the messiah and he ran a great economy. He was such a lovely guy and stuff. Trump's about even with him. So I guess that the fear-mongering orange man bad, he's Hitler, he's going to start World War III, he's going to destroy everything and break all the toys, that fear has begun to wear off, and it helps because the candidate he's opposing is a weakling. Joe Biden is pathetic as a candidate, in a sense of almost being sad because it's just such a shit show. It doesn't even make any sense to continue allowing him to run. They should kick him aside and rig Buttigieg in there or something if they knew what was good for them, which obviously they don't. Otherwise, they wouldn't also be endorsing fucking communism. That's about all. Peace out.